It's much easier to retain or keep a current client than it ever is to gain a new one.
Originating from deep inside the Rocky Mountains, transported through the power of the internet, and arriving inside your tiny earbuds. It's the Appraiser Coach Podcast, helping appraisers increase their efficiency, quality, and make more money. Here's the guy who makes it his life's mission to create value for real estate appraisers nationwide. Your host and the Appraiser Coach, Dustin Harris.
Just down the road from me, in fact, down the road from my office, not my home. My home and office are about 25 miles apart, but just down the road from my office is a $3 car wash. In fact, that is the name, that is the title of the business, the $3 car wash. Sounds cheap, right? Well, it is, and there's some lessons, I think, in marketing to be learned. I want to pause here and remind you about some other great companies that don't need to do much marketing because they sell themselves. These are companies like Alamode. Alamode, folks, you don't see them at many trade shows because everybody knows who Alamode is. They are the leader in the software industry when it comes to form filling for appraisers. If you're not with Alamode, folks, I would check them out by going to alamode.com, or better yet, I would pick up the phone and call them at 800 Alamode. DataMaster, of course, is saving appraisers about 40 minutes per report. 40 minutes on every single report, folks. Check them out. Go to datamasterusa.com. That's datamasterusa, as in United States of America.com. Finally, we are sponsored by OREP Insurance. OREP, of course, is the great company that I use for my E&O. I love them to death. Thank you, OREP, for not only saving me money and giving me great benefits, but being the best E&O company out there. Check them out, folks, by going to orep.org. That's OREP.org. All right, folks. So there's a lot of car washes around. There really are. In my hometown, there's one, two, actually, come to think of it. And we're talking about a small town. I mean, we're talking 3,000 people, and there's 2 car washes, right? Weird. In the bigger city that I live near and is where my office is located, there's a couple of different car washes that call themselves the $3 car wash. Now, as you can imagine, there is a catch to this $3 car wash. When you go there, obviously the big sign out front, the $3 car wash, is what draws you in, right? You pull up, and everything is automated. It's one of these that you don't, there's a couple different types of car washes out there. There's ones that you can use the wand. That's the ones where you go out ATVing with your family on Saturday afternoon. You come back and you're mud caked on your trailer and your ATV. You're not going to run one of those through this $3 car wash. Those are the types of car washes where you pull into the bay, you jump out, you get the wand, and you go to town, right? That super high-pressured wash and rinse that will get all that mud-caked junk off of there. And I enjoy it. In fact, I have a pressure washer at home that I enjoy on occasion using. And yes, I do use that word intentionally, enjoy. It's fun to use that high pressure and go to town. But this is not that type of car wash. This is the type of car wash where you drive up, you punch some things into the screen, you put your payment in, you pull around, and you go through the car wash, and you've got those whirly brushes on either side of your car, and you've got that big monster-looking tentacle thing that comes down from the ceiling and wipes the front end of your car and your hood and your windshield and across the roof and then back down the backside of your car. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? The car wash, the normal car wash. Well, how does a car wash like this get away with a $3 fee? Certainly there's a catch, right, Dustin? Well, there is, okay, and there's not. So here's the thing. $3 car wash is a $3 car wash. That is not false advertising. Imagine this. You pull up to the screen, and you need a car wash. And by the way, the car wash comes with a free vacuuming, meaning once you're done with the car wash, you pull around to the other side, and you're able to use the very high pressure. By the way, they're the best vacuums in the town. I've used them all. These are the best ones out there. And they're free. So literally, you can go through the car wash for $3 and you can get your vacuum done. Now, granted, it's self-serve. Not like they're going to come in and vacuum for you. But for $3, it's a pretty darn good deal. It really is. But here's the catch. You pull up to the screen, and when you pull up, it says, do you want to buy a car wash? Yes. So I click the button, buy a car wash. Well, you have about 7 options for car washes, and it starts with the grandiose right at the top, the deluxe $32, I don't know what it is, but super expensive, super high pressure, double the time, the soap, the wax, and the clean, and everything for $32, right? You go down from that. Maybe the next one down is $27, and the next one down is $24, and the next one down is $18, and $16, and $12, and $9, and $6, right? And each of them have their level. And down at the very, very bottom, not even highlighted. In fact, it's just the fine print. Imagine a legal document with the fine print down at the bottom. That's where the $3 car wash exists. In other words, your eyes naturally are drawn to every other option except the $3 car wash. Now, it's not false advertising, and I've learned the system. I've learned that Dustin Harris can drive up, and I know right where to punch on the screen. Buy the car wash, scroll all the way to the bottom to the fine print, and hit that one, because that's the $3 car wash. So I go through the $3 car wash, and it's pretty decent. Right? It's not going to get it super clean. In fact, this morning I actually went through the $3 car wash twice. I went through once. I went and vacuumed my car, and I noticed the car wasn't quite as clean as I wanted to, and I thought, it's another $3. Big deal. I'm going to go through again. And I did. So a total of $6, and my car got pretty darn clean. Now, I could have bought an upgrade for $6, but I honestly don't think that one time through the $6 car wash will equal 2 times through the $3 car wash, if you get my drift. So that's what I did. I went through a second time. Now, here's the key. Here's the key, folks. $3 car wash is a $3 car wash, just like it's advertised, but they don't cater to the $3 car wash. They cater to everything else. They naturally, in a marketing style, draw your eyes to upgrade. The $3 car wash, folks, is to get you in line. That is the purpose of the $3 car wash. You've heard me talk here before about Marketing 101. The purpose of your Facebook ad is to get people to look. And the purpose of getting them to look is to get them to click on a landing page. And the purpose of getting them to click on a landing page is to get them to read the landing page. And the purpose of getting them to read the landing page is to get them to click on your web page. And the purpose, are you following me? Every step along the way leads the potential buyer to the next step. Car washes are no different. They understand the purpose of the big sign out front on a busy road. And by the way, the car wash is on a busy road on purpose. The purpose of the sign out front is to get you to pull into the car wash, is to get you to drive past enough times and think, is this for real? $3 for a car wash? Come on, there's got to be a catch. But folks, I'm telling you, it's not false advertising. When you pull in to the $3 car wash, you get a $3 car wash. It's $3. I spent a total of $6 today, and frankly, I was not disappointed in the $3 car wash. I think that's one of the things they got going for them. If you go through a $3 car wash, that's what you expect. You don't expect a sparkling, clean, detailed car when you get out. You paid $3 and you get what you pay for. And so when I got out and started doing my vacuuming and noticed that, hey, you know what, this could be a little bit cleaner, I'm going to go through a second time, it's $3. I'm not going to go up to the manager and say, hey, manager, I paid $3 for this damn car wash, and my hell, have you seen my car? No, I get what I paid for. So I went through a second time and I got double what I paid for. But folks, here's the thing. The sign's purpose is to get you in line, right? Once you're in line and you're on that screen, the purpose of the screen and the whole way that it's set up, purposefully, right, is to get you to click on the upgrade. That's the purpose. The sign will get you in line. The screen will get you to upgrade. By the way, the free vacuuming is simply, again, it's a draw to get you to come back and come back and come back. Now, what is the lesson today for appraisers? We're not selling $3 services. We're certainly not in the car wash business? Well, there's a couple lessons that can be learned. I want to teach those when we get back from the break. First, want to pause here. Remind you that we're sponsored by OREP Insurance. Folks, I had to contact OREP recently about an issue, and they were as helpful as you can imagine. What a great company. This is a company who understands appraisers. Folks, it's the same company that puts out Working RE Magazine. If you don't think Working RE Magazine doesn't understand appraisers and where they're coming from, you've not read Working RE Magazine. And that's the same company you're dealing with when you deal with OREP Insurance. OREP is my E&O insurance company, and it has been for years, and I don't ever see myself changing. If you have not, I encourage you to check them out. Go to orep.org. That's OREP.org. DataMaster is a service that I've been using for years, off and on. I say off and on because I can't use it on some of the MLS systems that I subscribe to, unfortunately. But many of them I can. And those that I can, I appreciate because of the time savings. Now, folks, keep in mind, we're doing a very high volume in my office, a very high volume. And consequently, we need as much time savings as possible without cutting on the quality. In other words, we want to do a great product, but we want to do so with integrity. Well, DataMaster is one of those great software companies out there that get it. They're a company that was created by appraisers. Mr. Liffrith was an appraiser for many, many years before he started working on DataMaster. He gets it. He's still an active appraiser. Folks, if you want appraisers working for appraisers to help you to be a better appraiser, check out DataMaster. Go to datamasterusa.com. Again, it's datamasterusa.com. Finally, sponsored by another great company who loves and supports appraisers. It's Alamode. Yes, they're owned by CoreLogic. And folks, guess what? They're a great company. They're a company who will help appraisers to be the very best that they can be. And what I mean by that, folks, is there's a lot of form-filling software out there. Alamode is a form-filling software that will allow appraisers to be efficient without cutting on the quality of their work. Check them out. Go to alamode.com or pick up the phone, and you can call them at 800-ALAMODE. Welcome back to the program, everybody. Dustin Harris hanging out today, once again in the podcast chair, telling you about my experience at the $3 car wash. Another similar analogy that I can make is an airline that flies out of Idaho Falls. And it's one of these cheapo airlines that draw you in by great prices, right? But then they upsell you. So a round trip ticket from Idaho Falls to Vegas might be $75. I'm not kidding. Pretty good deal, right? But the problem is you get in. It's not necessarily a problem if you understand the system, right? That's to get you hooked. Oh, wow, $75 to Vegas and back. That's not one way. That's both ways. It's round trip. $75. Wow, that's awesome. But as you go through the process, well, number one, you need to buy your carry-on. Number two, it costs money to choose your seat. Number three, it might cost money to be priority boarding. Number four, it might be, on and on down the line. In other words, they make their money on the upgrades. This is a company that will not serve you meals in flight. Those are an upgrade as well. So in other words, their approach is, hey, we're going to sell you the least expensive seat that we possibly can, and then we're going to sell you on the upgrades. Well, folks, what is the answer, or what is the lesson, rather, for appraisers today? Well, first of all, we're not selling a commodity, okay? So let's not slip into that mode. I'm not comparing appraisal to a $3 car wash. What I am saying is that there is something to be learned about a captive audience. Now, what do I mean by that? Once you have decided that a $75 round trip ticket from Idaho Falls to Vegas is a good deal, all of a sudden, this airline has a captive audience. When you are driving down the road and you see the sign of a $3 car wash and you finally convince yourself that it's not a mirage, that it's not a put on, that it's not a scam, that you're going to drive in there and say, okay, really? $3 car wash and that includes the vacuum? Okay, show me. Once you are in that line, you are what's called a captive audience in marketing terms. In other words, you have drawn the attention, meaning you being the company, has drawn the client in at least as much as, okay, I'm willing to take the leap. Now, how is that different for an appraiser? I'll tell you. Most of what we do is not for personal work. Now, some of you, that is your forte, and that's great, and this lesson will be even bigger for you. But most of us, we're doing work through lenders, direct lenders, AMCs. We're doing work for Fannie, Freddie. We're doing work through VA and FHA. But our audience is the borrower. It's such a unique, strange, weird world that we live in the sense that the people who are paying us, now roundabout, sure, it might be the borrower, but we're not collecting from the borrower. We used to, don't anymore. But our client is our client. Our client is the bank. Our client is the lender. Yet the person that we have a captive audience with is the borrower. My question for you today, and the lesson that we might learn from the $3 car wash, is not to cheapen our services to $3 in appraisal. That's not the purpose, right? Don't become the $75 round trip airline. That's not what we're talking about today. What I want to encourage you to do is to ask yourself the question, what can I do with a captive audience? Now, any of you who have ever taken any marketing in the past, any classes, any YouTube videos, any personal education, you will know that one of the rules of marketing 101, is that it's much easier to retain a current client than to gain a new one. Let me repeat that. It's much easier to retain or keep a current client than it ever is to gain a new one, right? It takes a lot more effort, time, money, energy, blood, sweat, and tears to pull a new customer into your services than it ever is to retain one who is already in your services. But Dustin, they're not our client. They're just the borrower. Okay, I understand that, folks. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a captive audience. Just as you have pulled off the road and you're pulling up to the screen and you want to see what this $3 car wash is all about, you're now a captive audience. Likewise, you have a captive audience in the borrower that you are associating with. What does that mean, Dustin? Well, what about an upsell? What about an upsell when it comes to working with the borrower? Well, Dustin, it can't be an upsell because they're not buying in the first place. I understand. Follow me here. Folks, you have a captive audience, right? Why not, when you're in the inspection itself, talk about some of the other services that you provide? Now, this can be awkward, and if it is, I would not encourage you to go down that road. But if it's not awkward, if it comes up organically, which it often will, why not talk about, oh, you flip houses? That's interesting. Did you know that we at Appraisal Precision also provide a consulting service? In fact, we have a service called the Flip Consult. And it basically is we have an opportunity to come in and say, okay, this house is worth X amount today. It will probably cost X amount to fix it up. And once it's fixed up, it will be worth X amount if it were appraised today as well. Would you be interested in that kind of service? Folks, any consulting service. I've had opportunity to go back to a home after an appraisal is done and walk through the home and say, listen, came through your house a couple months ago. Let me share with you a few things that I noticed when I was in the home that you could do to increase the value of your home for the next time you do an appraisal. Let's talk about your floor coverings and your wall coverings and your countertops. Folks, these are quote-unquote upgrades or upsells that you can use with a captive audience. I've heard of other appraisers who have put together services where they will offer an ongoing annual valuation of their property. And by doing so, they do so at a discount. So for example, if you come to me to do coaching today, it's going to probably cost you more to do a one-time consult with me than it will ratio-wise if you buy a package of 6 coaching calls, okay? And likewise, as an appraiser, you might want to put together something along the lines of, hey, what if we came out and valued your property every September, and we've already got the sketch, we've already got the information, we don't necessarily need to do a walkthrough next time. We could just give a quick interview over the phone. Hey, what have you done differently? Oh, you did do a major remodel? Maybe we should go out and do a walkthrough this time. But an ongoing valuation so that you always know what the value of your property is. And we're not going to charge you the full value of a full fee of an appraisal each time we do that because you're buying a package of, I don't know, the next 5 years. We'll cut you a 20% discount year after year? Or what about a 20% discount on any services that you provide? Are you leaving your card behind? Are you allowing them to see what services that you provide? Folks, think about the opportunity and think about Marketing 101. Back to the phrase, it's easier to retain a client than to gain a new one. Speaking of clients, I love the opportunity that I have to work with you individually and to help you with your marketing, to help you with your efficiencies, your technology, to help you with your delegation and your business and setting up a procedural manual and working through your finances, your P&L and your balance sheets. Folks, if you are ready for coaching, business coaching, had an opportunity to coach a guy this morning. He said, hey, coach, I just want you to know I've done life coaching before. I've done some other coaching before, and I just have to smack my head. And you're a business coach for appraisers, and I am an appraiser. I can't believe it took me so long to hire you. And he was excited, and we had a great session together. Folks, if you're interested in that, please go to my website, theappraisercoach.com, click on the coaching tab, and I would be thrilled to meet with you over Zoom within the next couple of weeks. Check it out. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Appraiser Coach podcast with Dustin Harris. If you like what you hear, please give us a 5-star rating and post a short review on iTunes. For more in-depth insider information on how you can make more money as a real estate appraiser, visit theappraisercoach.com and sign up for the All-Star team today. Thanks for joining us. And now, get out there and create some value.
Finally, we're sponsored by Sorry, editor.